Blake Lively, known for her dazzling red carpet appearances and iconic roles in films and series like Gossip Girl and The Age of Adaline, has long held a reputation as one of Hollywood's sweethearts. Fans admire her charisma, her on-screen confidence, and her glamorous marriage to Ryan Reynolds. But now unexpected claims from her former co-stars are adding a surprising twist to that image. Behind the scenes, some colleagues suggest that working with Blake wasn't always as charming as it appeared. In recent weeks, whispers have grown louder as more and more former cast members have stepped forward to share their perspectives. From strict control over scripts to tension over creative decisions, these reports paint a different picture than the one fans are used to. While none of these claims rise to the level of scandal, they do hint at a complex dynamic on set one, where Blake may have asserted herself a little more firmly than expected. So what really happened behind the cameras? Was this simply a case of a passionate actress wanting everything to go perfectly, or was it something more, something that strained relationships and created conflict on set? Let's dig into what the cast members have said, how Blake has responded in the past to similar claims, and whether these behind-the-scenes tensions reveal a deeper side of her personality that fans have yet to fully understand. It all seems to have started during the final seasons of Gossip Girl, the show that skyrocketed Blake Lively to fame. While the chemistry on-screen between characters was electric, insiders claim the atmosphere off-screen could sometimes be tense, especially during script readings and major shoot days. Several cast members, without naming Blake, directly hinted in past interviews that one of the main stars often wanted to rework scenes or would step in to suggest alternate takes for other actors. While not naming names, fans quickly speculated that Blake may have been the one with that kind of creative control, given her rising star power during that time. One co-star even mentioned in an interview that things would change last minute, and sometimes it felt like we were revolving around one person's idea of how the show should look. Although that could reflect dedication, it also hints at Blake's possible need to maintain a strong sense of control. To be fair, such behavior is not uncommon among lead actors, especially those who want to protect their character's arc. Still, the tone of these comments leaves room for interpretation. Was this just a strong work ethic, or was it beginning to cross the line? After Gossip Girl, Blake went on to work in various high-profile films. One lesser-known independent film, which featured a close-knit ensemble cast, reportedly faced several delays due to creative differences. Crew members later told anonymous blogs that a lead actress, again widely assumed to be Blake, would challenge the director's choices, sometimes asking for retakes that weren't in the shooting schedule. Although the producers never officially blamed Blake, insiders suggested that one key actress wanted more control over tone and character direction. A cinematographer from the same project allegedly said she had a very clear idea of what she wanted and she wouldn't budge. That slowed us down a few times. At first glance, this may just reflect a confident performer wanting the best possible outcome. But when multiple sources from different sets mention a pattern of control, it begins to raise eyebrows. It's worth considering whether this behavior helped elevate the project or caused unnecessary stress for others. Still, fans who admire Blake for her attention to detail might argue that this kind of involvement shows dedication. After all, she has worked hard to build a brand and reputation that reflects high standards. But for colleagues, particularly those newer to the industry or with less influence, such dominance can be overwhelming. One of Blake's most memorable roles came in A Simple Favor, where she starred alongside Anna Kendrick. The duo's chemistry on screen was undeniable, but rumors swirled that behind the scenes, there was a subtle power imbalance. While Anna Kendrick has never directly criticized Blake, she has spoken in interviews about how challenging it can be when one actor wants a tighter grip on the creative process. She clarified that she values collaboration but believes every actor should feel free to explore their character organically. A production team member from the film also claimed that Blake was very involved in everything from costume design to dialogue tweaks. In fact, Blake was said to have influenced several of her character's key lines, often rewriting them shortly before filming. Again, none of these actions were considered unprofessional, but they did create an environment where others had to adjust quickly to last-minute changes. One insider commented that while Blake was never rude, she definitely called the shots more often than most co-leads. This paints a picture of a woman fiercely dedicated to her craft, but perhaps also someone who unintentionally steps into a leadership role that others may not have expected or wanted on a collaborative set. The question arises, is Blake Lively actually controlling, or is she simply confident and assertive in her work in an industry where women often face criticism for the same behavior celebrated in their male counterparts? It's important to be careful with labels. Blake has frequently spoken about the importance of taking charge of her roles and being involved in all aspects of the creative process. She's known for styling herself for red carpet events and contributing to wardrobe decisions for her characters. She's not just a performer, she's a creative force. However, from the perspective of some cast and crew, this assertiveness may sometimes come across as dominating. The fine line between confident leadership and perceived control can easily blur, especially in the high-pressure environment of film and television production. Ultimately, Blake's alleged behavior doesn't point to any serious misconduct. Instead, it opens a conversation about how creative influence is shared on set and how ambition can sometimes be misinterpreted. Interestingly, Blake has never directly addressed these kinds of reports. She tends to keep her public image polished and minimal when it comes to drama. Her focus is typically on family projects and philanthropy. This silence may be strategic after all. Why fuel speculation? Or perhaps Blake simply doesn't feel the need to explain a work ethic she's proud of. It's also possible that from her perspective these incidents were just part of striving for excellence. What's clear is that Blake's image has always been one of elegance and ambition. Whether these castmate revelations affect that image remains to be seen. For many fans, her talent and success far outweigh any rumors of behind-the-scenes tension. In the end, the claims made by Blake Lively's former co-stars don't reveal a villain, but rather a complex and determined woman navigating an industry that constantly demands perfection. Some may view her actions as controlling, while others see them as signs of commitment to her craft. The entertainment industry often demands more from women than it does from men: more grace, more likability, more silence. In that context, a woman who takes control and asserts her creative vision can be both admired and unfairly scrutinized. What's important here is balance. Every great film and television show thrives on collaboration. When a single voice becomes too dominant, even with good intentions, it can lead to friction. But it can also lead to excellence if that voice is aligned with passion, respect, and the vision of the team. Blake Lively remains one of the most admired figures in Hollywood. These recent comments from castmates simply add another layer to her story, a reminder that even the brightest stars have moments of conflict, growth, and complexity. So is Blake Lively truly controlling or just confident and committed? That's a question viewers and fans may answer in their own way. What's undeniable is that she continues to leave her mark on screen and behind the scenes.